All right, hey, I'm Major Cato, and I'm going to talk to you today about our rifle team and what all it consists of and how you can join it if you choose to do so. First thing you have to do is you have to attend a training class. I have to give you a safety class, and after that you have to take a safety test. Everybody has to attain a 100% on the safety exam before I allow you to go shoot one of our rifles. And safety is the utmost importance when it comes to rifle training. All right, what is our team about? Well, our rifle team consists of a 4-person to 5-person team. We carry 2 teams right now here at Buford High School, an A team and a B team. I will carry up to 12 people on my rifle team. 2 would be alternates in that case. So we end up having a tryout at the beginning of each year, and that lasts about 2 weeks for the tryouts, and the top shooters, after an average of shooting for 10 days, get to be placed on the team. So it's not based on opinion, it's based on how good you shoot. So the better your score, the better your chances of getting on the team. Now, what do we shoot? What we shoot is we get what we call a sporter class. We shoot in a sporter class. Sporter class consists of a rifle, as you see in front of here. We have 2 different types that shoot 600 feet per second or less. Anything above that is considered precision class. Precision, most of you may know about. That's the kind of stuff you see in the Olympics. Well, we're not quite there. Sporter class is kind of for beginners, and that's what you'll compete against. Competition, how does it happen? How does it all work? Well, as I said, we have 2 different type of rifles here at Buford High School. We have what we call a T200, and what the most current rifle is a Challenger. Both these rifles are good rifles. Some prefer the smaller one or look smaller, and some prefer the longer one. With that, you shoot in 3 different positions. The prone position, which is a laying down position, a standing position, and then a kneeling position. With that, you'll shoot a 10 bull target. And then as the competition goes, you shoot 10 bull targets in each position, and they're time oriented. In a prone position, you typically get 10 minutes to shoot all 10 targets. In your standing position, you'll get 15 minutes to shoot all your targets. And in the kneeling position, you get 10 minutes as well. At the end of the day, the ones with the highest scores ends up being the winners.
Hi, I'm Peyton Sanders from Buford High School. I'm the rifle team captain, and I will be showing and telling you how we go through a competition. With competition, we go through 3 different positions in shooting. This is our prone position. You see he has a sling, and he has a glove. Gloves are optional. You don't have to use a glove. You can use a glove if you want to use a glove. Go ahead and get in the prone position. Bottom target is your prone target, and then your prone target is your first target that you shoot at, and the 2 middle circles that you see on the target are your sighters. After you get done shooting your sighter targets, we go and shoot our 10 remaining targets. This is our standing position. In standing position, you are allowed to use a glove as well. It is optional. You do not use a sling. As you see here, he does not have a sling. And go ahead and go in standing position. And this is how you shoot your rifle. The standing target is the top target. This is our kneeling position. This is our final position. This is our last position. You can use a glove as optional, and you also get to use your sling in the last position. Go ahead and go and kneel in. And this is how you shoot your rifle in kneeling position. Now I'm going to demonstrate how we give commands at a competition. At a rifle competition, your rifle is grounded on the ground, and you will hear the command load. And at the command load, shooters know to take their CBIs out, which is a clear barrel indicator. And once you take your CBI out, you're allowed to insert a pellet. while still in load, your finger should be above the trigger, not near the trigger, above the trigger. After load and everyone has loaded, you will hear the command start. As the command start, it gives the shooter the ability to move their finger down to the trigger, aim, and get ready to shoot. And once they get done shooting all their targets, they will open action, put their CBIs back in, ground their rifles. Once everyone's rifle is grounded with a CBI in, you will hear the command stop, and that's when you're done with the range.
You might ask, at the competition, what do you win, or what are we competing for? Sure, we want the highest score. We get the highest score from our team position as well as individuals. Normally at a meet, we typically get a trophy this is a first place trophy at most of our meets. You'll get that in all 3 positions and then an overall position. As an individual, we do 3 places. We do first, second, and third. First place being a gold, second being a silver, and third being a bronze. So this becomes an individual award, and the trophies become a team award. Now, what our ultimate goal is in all of this is when we qualify for what we call the best of the best. And doing that too, our league has a league of its own, which is purely Lancaster County. And this is the type of trophy we win at that meet. We get away from the individual and the individual team stuff, and it becomes one trophy that the winner carries for the entire year until they're beaten. So right now, currently, we've won on our rifle team, we've won the last 2 Lancaster County championships with the rifle team.
As you can see above my head, these are our rifle trophies. You have first, second, and third place. You get it in every individual position. You get first and third, first or second and third in prone, kneeling, and standing, and then you have overall trophies. And we've had a district championship for 2 years, and 2 years in a row we have won our district championship.
Okay, going back to the best of the best, how do you get there? Well, here's how I do my team. If you want to be on our A team, which is normally your better team, it's purely based upon your scores. If you outshoot somebody, you're one of the top 5. It's not about that seniors have privileges or juniors have privileges. And rifle competition is about who shoots the highest, gets on the team. So you compete in-house trying to make that A team. But our B team competes as well, but they're not allowed to compete in the best of the best. Only the best competes at the best of the best. So how do we get there? Throughout the year, through all the competitions that we do, I sit there and I'm allowed to pick 5 shooters, 4 of which will compete and their scores will count during the best of the best. 1 shooter gets to be an alternate and gets to compete as an individual, gets to try to compete to win an individual medal or trophy, and that's all. They don't get their score does not count as part of the team score. So how do we get to those 5? What I do is I take the average of all the meets that we've had. If I have 8 shooters that have been compatible to one another, meaning that out of those 8 have beat each other on a regular basis. So now I've got to narrow it down to 5. So what I do is for a week or 2 week period, everything you shoot during practice is counted as a score. And the 5 that end up with the highest average score becomes my team for the best of the best. So that way, somebody that's sitting there that's a new shooter that's just coming out certainly is not going to beat my top shooter that's been here 4 years. But by the end of the year, they catch up rather quickly if they stay focused and they have the passion for it. This year, matter of fact, we had 2 new shooters who were both seniors, first time they ever shot. So you would think that they wouldn't get there. Both of those shooters made the best of the best. They really focused in on what they wanted and they put their mind to it. So they qualified to be, 1 was an alternate, 1 actually made the team. The team consisted of senior Peyton Sanders, senior Noble Luck, and a sophomore Jacob Threet. And then the other two that made it was a senior Brooklyn Sears, I wanted to say Shield, is Brooklyn Sears, and Tyler Granada. So, you know, they did really well. And it doesn't mean just because you come in brand new that you can't get there and be one of the best. But I would caution you that a lot of guys come in here that hunt a lot and say, man, I can shoot the lights out. The difference in an air rifle and a regular 30-30 or 22 is totally different. They shoot different, they aim different, and a lot of guys get humbled when they shoot this rifle. So don't expect to come in here and be one of the better shooters when you first try it. A lot of guys get humbled and they find out they're not as good as they thought they were, but they can get there. All you got to do is stick with it. So looking at our competition with those 5 that was in it for the best of the best. This year, actually Noble Luck, being his second year on the team, actually shot the highest of everyone. He shot a score of 495. Then Jacob Threet came in second with about a 465, and Peyton Sanders was right there with a 464. No, she actually shot a 470. And then Brooklyn Sears was the other one on the team, and she shot her highest of the year. It was a 440. And then Tyler shot one of his best rounds. He shot about a 435. So for the 2 new shooters, they held themselves really well. But like with any competition, butterflies get in, you get nervous, you start feeling bad. And first year that I've actually taken 4 seniors to the rifle match as the best of the best. And that's kind of unique for the seniors because it added extra pressure on them, because the best of the best normally signifies our last competition. So they were worried about if they didn't do well, it would be their last meet. So as a coach, I have to come up with ways to calm their nerves and to settle them down, because everything about a rifle is about how steady you can be, and it's a mind. It's probably 80% mind game than it is anything else. You have to be able to know that I shot a bad shot on this one and overcome it. It actually happened to Peyton during our league championship. Peyton's never shot a 0 in any competition she's ever had. She's been on the team for 4 years. In the league championship, she went to the kneeling position, and when she went to the kneeling position, she changed out her cylinder, this thing here, and so she'd have more air. And when she did it, somehow it didn't seat properly down here where it pushes the air. So when she took her first shot, it was real weak, and she got a 0. First time ever competing, she got a 0. So she called me over and raised her hand, and she said, something's wrong with my rifle. It's shooting low. So I checked it out, figured out what was wrong, and then she's worried about that 0. So here's a girl that's never shot a 0 ever. So I had to convince her and get her mind changed that you can't do anything about that shot. And my question to you is, what can you do? And her response, as she's been taught, is I can control the next 9 shots that I take. I said, exactly. So one bad shot you may have, you can't change it. But what if you shoot all 10s on the next 9? What have you got? You got a real good score. So you can't give up on what you've done. You've got to look at it, put it aside, and move to the next target and do the best you can on those. Because even though you may have shot bad on the first 1 or the first 2, it doesn't mean you can't recover. You just can't give up on it. And that's where that mental game comes in when you're shooting. And that's what made Peyton one of our best shooters in this school. Peyton's been the top shooter for the last 3 years at this high school. And she's a female. You guys are going to blow your chest out and say you can beat any girl anytime. But here's the secret. Most women or females will listen better than guys do when it comes to shooting a rifle. And that's what Peyton did. She listened to the things that she was told to do to correct throughout her 4 years here, and she ended up being the top shooter for the last 3 years. So that's what it takes. You know, it takes a steady hand and a willingness to be open-minded that you might not be as good as you think you are, and be open to new ideas or different techniques. And one of your best teachers is your peers. What I do on our team is I let our senior and experienced shooters mentor our new shooters. That's how they come up so quick. They're able to gain ground really quick because they learn from these experienced people. And that's what they always should do. I may explain something to it that just blows your mind. You have no idea what I'm talking about. But another shooter that's one of your peers will say, well, this is what Major's talking about, and put it in a way that you better understand, and you get the same results. Me, it ain't about me. It's about the team. I'll tell you all day, the way you win individual medals is you become a good team first. If you can win this, these will come, because you have to do this to get this. You can't get this without somebody shooting really high. So I don't focus on the individual person, I focus on the overall team. And if you do that, you'll end up winning one of these. Make it about the team first and you later, and you'll get all these you want. So, but going, for best of the best. Best of the best has been around for 6 years. Buford High School has qualified every single year. And my challenge to my team every year, don't be the first to not qualify. We might not be the best, but we're always one of the best. And that's what I'll leave you with. Thank you.
Rifle team overall, what my favorite part about it is you get to work together as a team, and you really come together with everybody, and you all work together, and it's just a really fun experience, especially when you go on faraway meets. You all get to bond and stuff, and it's just fun shooting. Shooting is just as fun overall.
My name is Noble Luck. All I gotta say about the rifle team is I just wish I would have joined JROTC sooner, just so I could have been on it. I started my junior year, and it was kind of disappointing to only have 2 years. I'm a senior now, so it's not much that I can say other than it's been a real fun time, getting to know everybody, getting to be on, make my way and get competitive and get onto the A team. It's definitely worth trying out. It's a lot of fun. You make very, very strong bonds with people, and overall, it's a good idea to join.
My name is Nadia, and I joined Rifle Team because I had never shot a gun before, and I wanted to try something more exciting and be a little bit more brave. My favorite part about Rifle Team is definitely the people. I've made a lot more friends joining ROTC in general, and we have a lot of fun at competitions and meets and practice even.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Sears, and I'm the battalion commander of JROTC. I've only done Rifle Team for 1 year, and I'm also a senior, so it's my last year too. When I started high school, in my freshman year, I was in marching band. I did that for 3 years, and it was fun, but I wanted to try something different, and I wanted to get more serious about JROTC to completely delve into it full force. And so I joined Rifle Team, and I absolutely loved it. I wish I would have done it a lot earlier. I gained so many more friends. We're one of the groups I feel that are the most close together. And I was all emotional at the end of it, and I'm going to miss everybody on the team.
My name's Jacob. This is my 2nd year on Rifle Team, and I joined because I found a sport where we can shoot guns at school. I love shooting guns.
Join Rifle Team, and you too can be part of Best of the Best.